Okay, today we're going to attempt to get a recording out here at the New Garden Meeting Cemetery. I am better equipped today than last night, and I'm going to use the first setup I tried to run with. See, last night we walked around this road, the outer perimeter. I wanted to come through and do a little walk through amongst the cemetery, the graves. But I was not able to record. So I'm hoping today I'm a little bit more equipped. This here cemetery is by the Quakers in North Carolina, 1947, 1892. And from my understanding, there's quite a few old sites out here. I normally don't do a lot of talking in my videos, but I find that I want to be a little bit more informative about where I am or places we're visiting. At night, it was totally pitch dark. It was pitch dark out here. And I could not see a thing. I came out here with just a little sunlight in order to be able to show you a little bit of what's out here and what's going on. Okay, we're at the New Garden Friends Cemetery, and I have lost a good bit of light, so we're going to go ahead and do a dawn shooting. I don't think we will be able to get as many markers as I would like, as clear as I would like them, but we will still get some good video, I hope. not going to be able to see the dates as clear as I want. So I'll be back another time for that. So tonight we're just going to do a walkthrough. Like I said, for the moment, it's going to be too dark to really read anything. So we will come back in the day and walk through as well. The reason I'm going down here already is because earlier, I guess there was someone standing down here, or it's a statue of something. Take another look at it. Like I was saying earlier, when I thought about it, I had to go get some stuff. I've been a history buff and this and that. I really don't do a lot of talking in my videos, but I guess I can give you a little information. That Benjamin fellow, I think this is what I was looking at earlier. I'm sure it was, because I thought it was a person standing in the distance. This is what it was. I'll come back in the daytime where I can get a real good shot of it. worked out. I'm not even sure if the camera on the phone or the one I'd really like to set it up. I had the view to where I had the color depth finder set. I'd really like to set it up to where that's coming through as well. I will come out here and do a couple shoots, and I'm going to incorporate that into one as well. I'd really like to get out here in the daytime because there's a lot of old markers out here. This cemetery they keep it really clean. This is really clean. There was a tree, old oak tree I believe it was, that someone tried to blow up. I'm wondering if that's it. But there's another one on the other side as well that's huge. I mean, it was huge. That could have been it as well. But I am most definitely coming back out here in the daytime. And it's funny, right now it's not as bad. When I came out here last night, it was dark. Maybe it was even darker because I wasn't equipped. So that been in the cemetery at night thing may have set in. And for those that tune in for something challenging, those that tune in for provoking and all of that stuff, I'll no longer do that, especially after my youth. That's when it was, my youth. Now I've learned to respect. I'm not trying to challenge, revoke, or invoke. Sun is nothing. I just like to come out, be at night, cemetery, graveyards, in the streets. Just like to come out and show you what the Kinect camera picks up. I do feel peaceful out here though. I feel a state of calm and peace in this cemetery. But in one part, I'll finish that part off. In the beginning, I was talking about Benjamin. That was Benjamin Benson. Benjamin Benson was a free man, and he lived, slips my memory. He lived up north, and what happened, there was a businessman, Thompson, that bought him. Someone kidnapped him, and they sold him to a businessman, Thompson. And I don't know whatever happened over the course of time, but I guess once they found out he knew he was kidnapped, I imagine when they started to get hot on Thompson's trail, he sold them to a man down in Georgia. And the Quakers, it was Swenson, a Dr. Swan, I believe it was, that had taken on the case and started looking into the matter. And I don't know what happened to Swan, but there was a Vestal Coffin, and I forget the other person's name, but they end up taking over the case. They end up getting Benson back to North Carolina for trial, and they end up winning. And from my understanding, 1845, that had to do something with the Quakers. It said the Quakers in the Gifford County area were, I take it, they were really against slavery. At least this sect was. I don't know all the history of them or anything, but anyway, they helped him and went to Superior Court and all. They're out here. There's some baseball legends, the Farrell brothers, Rick and Wes, and a poet, Randall Farrell, I believe his name was. As a matter of fact, the sign that I show you, the postmarker, they dedicated that to Randall. But he's buried out here as well. When I get the opportunity, I will, like I said, come back out here in the daytime and do a passing. This is a tight little spot. I was at one time contemplating on swapping out this little RCA, but I see now what I really like about it is the front facing camera, is the two cameras. heard something, and I don't think that was a leaf. But like I was saying, what I like about it is the camera. I can use the camera that's on the computer. Perhaps it was a leaf. I feel more comfortable thinking it was a leaf. But we're here. Just the same. This, like I was saying, is a really peaceful cemetery. I like doing videos in the day now as far as being out here because you can see. One thing is funny though with the Kinect is how certain objects, I know that it try to force a stick figure on a lot of things, but it's funny how it doesn't. As well. Maybe it's not as late as it was. I only think it was like maybe 8 o'clock with that last night. But it was really super dark out here last night. For some reason it just seemed super dark. I didn't want to walk through the grounds last night because it was super dark, and I didn't want to run into any stones or knock anything over. Maybe the moon is a little bit brighter. it is earlier. Perhaps that has something to do with it as well. The thought just hit me. I think I'd keep that one. But it was a Christian faith, Quaker faith little thought that ran through my head. That's a low spot right there. Right there, in front of that marker on the left is a low spot. One thing I know I'm needing is a battery for my camera, not for the camera, but for the tablet. This one here doesn't hold a charge too good anymore. I think they're like 26, 27 bucks on eBay. Percy, 1879, 1886. Daisy, 1872. Must be a family. Another tight group. These little sections make you think of something that might be in like Louisiana or somewhere. Mexico, and them big graveyards. Place, I guess you can come sit if you like. Family member, just sit for a minute. May 17th, 1900. Can't quite make out the name. Kind of funny. I guess that feeling is last night. It was, like I said, maybe it was later, much later. It wasn't much later. It was just a little later, maybe an hour or so. But the whole cemetery just seemed so dark. And tonight, that darkness, like I said, could be the moon. A whole lot of things, I guess. The moon's the way I'm feeling. I hadn't been out in a while. But it's like last night it may have been what's your intention feeling. Like, I don't know. But tonight it's just a peaceful, calm feeling. Like there's no bad intent. And it's known. So now only thing I'm hoping is that the video is turned up and audio is being recorded. So I'm having a good run, no allocation. The camera is holding up, battery is holding up. And I can see. This area is this cemetery. Also, they have some British American soldiers during the time of the Revolutionary War. Soldiers from the Battle of Newgarden are out here. Soldiers from the Battle of Gifford County. I think a couple Union soldiers are buried out here as well. Confederate, Union, Civil War soldiers buried out here as well. Slaves, free, Quakers. Would only make sense, huh? Yeah, that's what it was. It was the moon. Scott, Ron, and Angela. It's got a flag kind of decoration on it. You can see that a bit in that one, Scott. No, I'm not, see, that's what I'm saying, just walking last night, I would not have seen those at all. My eyes just would not adjust. For the most part, as I walk around, I'm wishing these people rest. I'm wishing them peace. I hope they have salvation. Thought it was a spider web, but it's just a tree branch. And not only a spider web, I thought it was a big spider hanging there in front of me. So I'm in that back corner now, looking on the map. That would be the corner down in the bottom left hand side. I won't know until I get back and check the recording, but I'm hoping that I tightened this little rear facing camera down, or whatever it was. I'm hoping there's not as much rattling and knocking as it normally is. Missed it. perhaps as well. I just started off in the darkest part of the cemetery last night and just stayed dark. One other thing the reason I like to at least get two sets of videos, one in the dark and one in the day, is because you never know what you're missing in the day. I like the fact that the tablet has held up for as long as it has. The Halo, which is what I'm using now, it also comes with a light, which I'm going to attempt to show you, or show myself as well, about how much light it will put out. Can you read that? Down to 2 bars. That could be the tree. I don't know where the tree is, but I know we'll be back out here in the daytime. And see, every tree becomes the tree. Okay, before I leave out, I'm going to shine the light on that monument that's down here on this end, just to give you an idea of what I was looking at earlier when I first came out and thought someone was standing out here. I only see that line from bottom line from the screen recorder, so I'm hoping it's catching the whole screen. Okay, she's in the distance. See when can you start making her out. You actually start to see things with the Kinect before you can really see that little glare there in the camera, but you see things with the Kinect at night pretty good. See, that's why I'll come back in the daytime, because you'll be able to make more out. And then you just come back at night. I come back at night to get the night vision of things. Okay, we have basically walked through the whole cemetery within Florence Robinson, 1884, 1911. George B. Robinson, M.D., June 4, 1880, June 24, 1925. Another low spot right here in front of Mary Stanford. Maybe November 1899. Can't make out. Like 54 years old. I'm gonna do one more circle around up here. By my Louisiana looking section. That broke. Davy. Dylan died February 5th, 1901. William, or W. Cummings, 1806, 1896. And Nancy Cummings, 1804, 1880. You know, they also, you can get in touch with them. They do tours, and I know they do something on Halloween. But if you would like to know the history of the place, you can get a tour. And this is where we entered, so I believe we will be making our exit as well at this point. A little column gonna light up tonight. Cemetery guards.